Chile is on fire, quite literally. An inferno is raging there. Parts of the country have been swallowed by wildfires. More than 100 people have lost their lives. Thousands more have become homeless, and large swathes of land have been reduced to ash. The president has declared an emergency. The military has been called in the South American country as it battles its worst disaster in more than a decade. Here's a report.
This is what large parts of central Chile look like. Neighbourhoods scorched, cars and vehicles charred, and over 100 people dead. Hundreds of others are still missing. Chile is facing its worst disaster of the past decade.
Given the tragic conditions, the number of victims will surely rise in the coming hours.
The fires are sweeping through hilly areas. Plumes of smoke were seen rising from buildings and forests, blanketing the sky. The wildfires that began several days ago gathered momentum on Friday. They have ravaged the outer edges of Viña del Mar and Valparaiso. These are Chile's two coastal cities that are popular with tourists. Between them, they have over 1 million residents. But the deadly blaze has now forced many of them to flee their houses. The fires have destroyed more than 1,000 homes. After the fire was brought under control, residents returned to their charred homes to salvage what little they could from the ashes. But almost everything was destroyed.
It was all lost. It was all burnt. There is nothing left.
The fires have also had a devastating impact on the country's historical sites. A famous botanical garden, founded in 1931, was devoured by the flames. As Chile battles this crisis, President Boric declared Monday and Tuesday as days of national mourning for the victims.
I want to communicate that I have decreed a national mourning for 2 days, starting tomorrow, February 5th, because it's Chile as a whole that is suffering and crying for our deceased.
The president has also declared a state of emergency. Authorities have imposed a nighttime curfew to bring the situation under control. There are currently more than 160 active fires burning across the country. That's according to Chile's National Disaster Prevention and Response Service. Firefighters are battling to quell the fires, but unusually high temperatures, low humidity, and high-speed winds have made their task difficult. The military has also been called in to help the firefighters, with helicopters dumping water to douse the raging flames. The fires come as Chile battles a summer heatwave. The capital, Santiago, is sweltering. Temperatures have climbed above 33 degrees Celsius in the region. But wildfires are not all that uncommon in Chile. Last year, some 27 people died and more than 400,000 hectares of land was destroyed due to it. But this year, it's even more severe. Other than the ecological and humanitarian crises, there is also a financial aspect to these wildfires. Damages in the Valparaiso region will likely amount to hundreds of millions of dollars. And that's just preliminary estimates. But this is not just Chile's problem. Forest fires have intensified around the globe. Colombia has seen dozens of fires erupt in recent weeks. It's the same story in Argentina, Venezuela, and Ecuador as well. And the El Niño weather phenomena, which warms the ocean surface, has only made matters worse. There's more bad news in store. The situation is unlikely to improve in the future. According to the United Nations, the number of extreme wildfire events will increase to 14% by 2030. As Chile battles this crisis, it is another stark reminder for the world of how climate change is upending lives.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on First Post America.